Waist, I think. So, of course, it's got the lock, and then you got to unlock it, and then you get it up a little bit, and you can get all the swivel in it, which I do appreciate, and it's always been there. It's great. But the thing that I really appreciate about this hinge, engineering on this joint right here, the way that it looks cradle-wise, it looks sculpted with a purpose, you know, all that engineering down in there. And I appreciate that on this guy. I do appreciate it, okay? When you look at it on the Magic Square, he does have, you know, it's tight because it's all lightweight up here. There's no die cast and nothing real heavy up here. He's got electronics in his backpack with a big ass backpack. So this is a very simple joint. If you really want to be fair, they both have almost identical articulation. All right, they both have almost identical. I can't get him to fucking stand because his feet suck. But right here, this is clean and simple. If you like that, then that is for you. I like it, but I prefer this. I prefer like sculpting and engineering that means something. I think that this is, they're both clean and they both are pretty much articulate almost exactly identical. The hinges, they're done a little differently, but I say they both work out very, very well. If you're in it for either one of these two, they kind of win. They both have the side to side. They both have that articulating, you know, they both have all of that. So the waists are about identical to me. Wait a minute, let's make sure he has that before I start. Oh, he has a little bit of it. He's got a little bit of it. It's not the most, but it's not bad either way. And of course the legs they're both beautifully done right here. You get in there, get these out of the way, and you can get all that, which these are identical right there. I think they just borrowed a lot of that engineering from MP44. They borrowed a lot of that. Double knee is nice. This ratchet is okay. The plastic's kind of like and this, I respect them for doing this, but it's kind of a shit show. I mean, look at how wobbly this is. I mean, it'll stand because it ain't got nowhere to go, but it's not the best. I hate his feet. I really, really do. So he's got the double knees. He's got the moving knee, the moving kneecap, you know? Same exact stuff going on here. I'm not gonna deny it. I'm being real honest. I hate this guy's feet. So look at this. Look at this shit. See, we got that. We got all this. I mean, this is good ass ratchet. Even in this KO, this is a KO. And it's got this good ass ratchet right here. Yes, they both have decent, they both have a good range. The pivot on this is tight too. It's been tight since I got this thing. And I don't pose them all the time, but it's still tight. No. As far as articulation is concerned, I would give them a tie. And I give them a tie because his hands, range, and individual fingers make up a lot for me. His solid feet make up a lot for me. But almost everywhere else, they're kind of equal. He does have a double here, but his shoulder is better articulated here. It has more range here. There's more range here. The hands, they're both good, but these hands are preferred because they're individually articulated. They both have the nice thigh swivel. They both have that, which is cool, you know. His thigh swivel is greater, but I mean, greater range doesn't equal that is so much better. It's like, what do you, no, his range isn't better. My bad. Yeah, they both have thigh swivel, so his head range is better. His range on his head's better. His hands are better articulated. His feet with the joints in them are better. I like the separation on his knee and the range on this. They're both probably identical in range. So I could just tie, I could make them tie for all their articulation. For aesthetics on the front, this is cleaner, but I prefer some of the smaller changes in proportion on this than this. This is cleaner. Okay, this is cleaner, but this proportionately to me wins. This is tighter in here. It's very nice and it's like he's fit. He is very chunky, very fat, you know? So I prefer this, but this is still really good. Now the back is where this motherfucker almost cleans up entirely. So swing it around. And this, look at this shit. There's almost no visible screws back here. I mean, the back of his legs are a win here. This part right here is a win. This looks fantastic. There's chunks right here that are kind of shit, but it still looks fantastic. The back of his arms are really nice and clean. His arms are clean too. There's hollows in here. There's not hollows in here. The back of his legs down here is super clean. Like I said, on the back of this is where he makes all of his visual points. If you're looking at a figure from the back, then this motherfucker right here might as well win. You know? If you're looking at him from the back saying, oh man, which is the better looking from the back figure? This is the winner. But if you're looking at him from the front and from the back, it's a wash. This is cleaner if you like that. This is more tuned, but this is still really good. And I prefer the proportions on this, and I prefer some of the aesthetic choices on this more than that. But they're both real good. I think these are the two closest for as far as articulation and posing. I think they're the two closest primes. But one thing I forgot to mention is this guy. He's got ratchets on the outside, as well as forward back ratchets, soft ratchets forward and back. He does have this ratchet here too for hardware. This is there's no ratchet in there. It's like a real loose, I mean, it's got a detent in it, but it's not a ratchet. There is a light ratchet there. But on the outside, nah, bruh. Yeah, nah.